Hey guys, it is Michael from StevensvilleGamers and welcome to a Hearthstone update video sort of situation. I was very bored and annoyed with Hearthstone, which is why I haven't been streaming it a whole lot and why I actually streamed Balloon Tower Defense this weekend instead of Hearthstone, is because I am annoyed with Hearthstone in general. So let me explain that first. Right now the Hearthstone meta is what I play in. Playing standard, ladder. The ladder grind is boring to me at this point because it is so repetitive and it is so just aggravating to play right now because the meta is absolute garbage. And because of that, I just haven't played a lot. And I've been really hoping that the next set will basically fix that and have a lot of stuff rotate, and I'll make like a big rotating video closer to April, but I was just hoping that maybe things will be fixed in a couple of months. And oh boy, with the Year of the Dragon and a day or two ago Hearthstone announcing a bunch of new updates and stuff to the game, hopefully crossing my fingers that it will fix their game. So let's jump into it, because as you guys can see, I have this popped up right now. So light it up with Year of the Dragon. This was actually 3 days ago. It was technically kind of 3 days ago because I'm recording this at like 1 o'clock in the morning on March 1st, but this was updated on February 28th, so here you can see that as well. It is that time of year again when the great Hearthstone clock in the sky ticks one more talk forward. Get ready to welcome the brand new Hearthstone year, the Year of the Dragon. Before we jump into what's new, here's a brief look back at what the Year of the Raven had. Here's a whole bunch of great, fantastic stuff. Thank you guys so much. It made me get to rank 15 a lot easier. Thanks a whole bunch. I really appreciate that. And all of this new star setup is absolutely fantastic in my opinion, and good for them. If you have not watched this video, I strongly encourage you do watch the video. I just did a reaction video to this, so if you haven't seen that, check that out. So first off, the Hall of Fame. Cards are being Hall of Famed. So welcome to the Hall of Fame. At the start of each Hearthstone year, we take the opportunity to reevaluate basic and classic sets as Hearthstone has evolved, and we've better defined and distinguished the classes. Several cards from those sets stand out as us pushing classes in a different direction than the rest of their tools. These cards are moved to the Hall of Fame each year in order to allow unique class identities, including their strengths and weaknesses, to shine. This year, 9 cards are moving into the Hall of Fame: Naturalize, Doomguard, Divine Favor, and hold on, we're not going to talk about those yet. Naturalize sucks to see go. It was spot removal and it was OTK abilities. Druid, I guess, just doesn't want to have removal at all, which sucks, just because that's just, I don't know if it sucks, it's just that that's not what their class identity is. They would rather them ramp really hard and then swing a bunch of stuff into their opponent's stuff. I don't really know what they want Druid to be anymore, to be totally honest. It's garbage right now. It's super weak. They nerfed Aviana. They nerfed Nourish and Wild Growth, so those cards are not as good as they used to be, and the ramp is a lot slower than it used to be. So if they really want this class identity to be ramp and use their big stuff to run into their opponent's stuff and not have spot removal, then I don't understand why they removed or nerfed the good cards that helped make Druid, ramp itself. They were really good and really strong and powerful. Who knows? I don't know what they want to do with Druid. I don't know where they're trying to go with Druid. Druid, this set was garbage. Gonk was not good. Loti was okay. They just removed OTK stuff from their market because you can't Hakar, you can't naturalize Hakar or Mecha'thun anymore. This is me poorly explaining the fact that Malygos Druid is still a thing, even though it still doesn't have a very high win rate. I haven't run into like any druids at all at my rank at all, so that sucks. Naturalize is gone into the Hall of Fame. Doomguard, pretty simple. Blizzard hates charge. They want rush to be the new mechanic. They don't want anything to have charge. They hate it. This is part of the charge purge. They think charge is too strong apparently, and it is in a way, and it's also not in another way. A big thing is Scala Minari and Cube, so you could get Doomguard off of Scala Minari, attack with it, cube it, pact it, get 2 more, that's 15 damage in a turn, and you do that twice in its game. So Doomguard OTK or Doomguard combo decks, not combo decks, but like just Doomguard value was ridiculous. But Skull of the Minori and Cube are both rotating, so that stuff won't happen anymore, in standard at least, and they do not give a shit about wild, because who knows, but they do not give a shit at all to wild, so who cares? Who cares if you can do that stuff in wild? But yeah, so Doomguard's gone because they don't like charge, and they're going to purge the whole game of charge eventually, I'm sure. They'll maybe let us keep Stone Tusk Boar, but even that allows crazy shenanigans. And who knows, maybe they'll eventually nerf Stone Tusk, or not Stone Tusk Boar, the Rhino in Hunter class. I forget its name right now. Maybe they'll nerf that eventually too, so then your beasts don't get charged. So who knows? And then they may keep King Crush, because King Crush is so much mana that who cares? But yeah, Doomguard is just part of the charge purge of what they're doing, which sucks, but can't stop them. Divine Favor as well breaks aggro paladins. The only reason why odd paladin and even paladin and super aggressive secret paladins ever worked is because they can dump their whole hand and then they drop a Divine Favor and then draw a bunch of cards again. Divine Favor seems pretty interesting, because I have never seen it until odd and even aggro paladins started becoming a thing, and because of the next thing that they're doing, I don't know why they need to Hall of Fame Divine Favor, I guess because secret paladins can use Divine Favor pretty effectively. That doesn't require Gen or Baku, so it makes sense, I guess. But say goodbye to aggro paladins being able to recharge themselves. And if they're not able to recharge themselves, then I would put my money on saying that there will be a lot less aggro paladins in the standard ladder grind if they are not able to, for 3 mana, fill up their hand again with more small minions and more aggressive stuff to then kill you with. On that front, I'm very happy, because you won't have that kind of garbage gameplay happening anymore where they just empty their hand and they don't do any sort of resource management or anything like that, because card games are also like, your hand is a resource, and if you don't want to, there should be some skill involved when having to use your hand resources, and you shouldn't be able to just shit out your entire hand and then able to draw 5 cards with Divine Favor. Like, that's unnecessary, and I've done it plenty. I play aggro secret paladin at times. I play aggro odd paladin at times, because it's good and because it will get me up the ladder, and I don't feel good about it. I don't feel happy about it, and I remember being extremely angry whenever playing against an odd paladin and they did this. So it's good that, Divine Favor is leaving, so that's also a thing. So the next ones, oh boy, Baku, the Moon Eater, and Gangreyman are both going to be Hall of Famed. Thank God. Holy shit. They've been in rotation for 1 year, and Hearthstone realized that they are fucking horrible pieces of shit, and they should never existed in the first place. I remember when me and Fred reviewed these cards, we said, they're not going to be that good. I said, I don't think they're going to be that good. Boy, was I fucking wrong. These cards are absolute ass garbage, and one of the reasons why the meta is so goddamn stale, and the reason why I was able to get to rank 15 so quickly was because of Odd Paladin and Even Shaman before the Even Shaman Flame Tongue Totem nerf. It was because those decks were enabled, and it was just really value good shit, man. Just wow. But that makes it so the meta sucks and makes people like myself and Toast and just a bunch of people who have said, I don't want to play Hearthstone till the next expansion because this meta is gross and boring and stale and it sucks. And you don't want that in your game when a bunch of professional streamers and professional players are leaving your game because it's going fucking downhill because of the meta and because of the fucking garbage shit that you printed a year ago. And thankfully, it's leaving. So I might come back to Blizzard. I might come back to Hearthstone in the next expansion because everything will be different. And again, I'm going to go ahead and do a video talking about what's leaving and what's not leaving in a later date. But for right now, just know that the meta will be entirely different because there's no more even shamans, there's no more odd paladins, even hunters. There's no more odd mages. None of that will actually work or be relevant because these will be gone and not in standard anymore. Thank you, Blizzard, for realizing that. It was not fun while it lasted, and you can go fuck yourself. Another thing, though, that they are doing correctly, and which is fantastic, is all of the odd and even specific cards, such as Eel, Glittermoth, Black Cat, and Gloomstag. All of those cards are also being Hall of Famed, which doesn't really matter, you say. No one's going to use them because they're not going to be in standard. So who gives a shit? Why would they Hall of Fame them? Well, because Blizzard has one goddamn grain of respect left for its players after going so downhill, potentially, with all of their other mess-ups, that they'll give us dust refunds on that. And those are 2 epics and a rare. So that's, a full dust refund on 2 epics and a rare, which is pretty good, So they're giving us quite a bit of dust. Once it gets closer to April, let me tell you, you need to 100% craft these cards once it gets towards April. Make sure you craft them because then you will get a dust refund. So you basically will craft those cards for free, and then if you disenchant them after you get the dust refund, disenchant them and you will get a dust upgrade. You can craft these cards for free and then disenchant them after you get your dust refund. Please take advantage of that if you want dust, which who doesn't want dust? So make sure you go do that and check that out. These cards are being Hall of Famed, so make sure you get your dust for them. So now they are doing something that I don't necessarily agree with, but also understand why. They are evolving single player experience. We are now taking a new approach to the solo adventures in the Year of the Dragon, and the result is something bigger, deeper, and much more ambitious than anything we've ever done, which fantastic. I'm very happy for them because everybody plays Hearthstone for the single player content. No, not at all. That was a joke. Sarcasm. Dungeon Run is still by far my favorite of the weird dungeon run things that they did. I didn't like the research project. The Witchwood Monster Hunt was alright. Dungeon Run was by far the best. Research project sucked, and Rosticon's Rumble was fine. It was fun. I enjoyed the Rostacon's Rumble solo mode for sure. And we received overwhelmingly positive about our dungeon run style missions. No, just dungeon run in general. So you will be pleased to know we're using that as a framework for what is coming this year. Expect a more robust level of customization including the ability to unlock multiple starting decks and hero powers per class. A non-combat tavern encounter where you will have the opportunity to fine-tune your deck. I am assuming it means that there's new crazy single-player stuff that hopefully they'll show off. We'll see when that happens. That's really cool. Thank you for doing that. That's fantastic. Thank you for giving us cool, more in-depth deck building kind of stuff. Thank you for making Slay the Spire in your own game. If you don't know Slay the Spire, definitely check out Slay the Spire. It's $20, I believe, on Steam, and it's a better version of the dungeon run kind of stuff. It's very, very fun. But yeah, so the first solo adventure of the year of the Dragon launches about a month after the first expansion of the year, kicking off with a free chapter. You will get a master of new systems and mechanics and from the perspective of a mysterious yet familiar new mage character. Which, cool. Thank you for doing that. That's fantastic. So here's where I'm a little bit annoyed at them. Making newer, better single-player content with a bunch more in-depth stuff and just a whole bunch. You get the first chapter for free as well, so that's fantastic. Players who want dive even deeper into the story can unlock additional characters as they are released for 700 gold each, or the entire experience for $20. Each additional chapter comes with 2 all-new characters to play, each with 3 hero powers and 4 starting decks to unlock, usable against dozens of new bosses across multiple game modes. After completing each chapter, you will earn 3 card packs from the new expansion, and for completing all 5 chapters, you will get a card back and a golden classic pack. So for $20, let me go ahead and show you what you get. For $20, you will get Anomaly Mode, Heroic Mode, Tavern Encounters, 9 new Henchman Heroes, which I'm assuming is that sort of henchman-y, or like basically the same thing as like the Rostacon Rumble Champions. 27 new hero powers, 36 starter decks, 5 chapters, 75 bosses, track your victories, pause mid-game, Zale, Shadow Cloak, which I am assuming from what I've heard is like a whiz-bang situation maybe? I don't know. Also, I have no idea what that is, but we'll have to see. 15 card packs and 1 golden classic pack. We are beyond excited to show you what we have been scheming on behind the scenes for the Year of the Dragon. This is highly replayable solo adventure will unlock over the course of 4 weeks beginning in May. We look forward to sharing more details closer to release. So basically in the month of April, the new meta will start and the new expansion will be released, and then every week during the week of May there will be the new solo stuff, which is absolutely fantastic, and that is awesome, and thank you for spacing stuff out. I really appreciate that, Blizzard, and not just absolutely dumping everything on us in the first couple months, or like the first couple of weeks, I mean. So thank you for that. But it's $20, and I don't have $20 to pay for this, so I'll play the first free chapter. So thanks. I'll get to play the first free chapter. I won't get all of the solo content that I just read out because that's all for $20. And if you don't have $20 to shell out because you just spent like $50 to $70 on the pre-ordering the new expansion pack, then good for you. You now just spent $50 to $70 plus $20, which is, you know, all of the stuff before Dungeon Run you all had to pay for as well. I'm pretty sure maybe Frozen Throne you could go through. I know I've bought One Night in Karazhan, and like Blackrock Mountain you had to buy, I believe Journey on, maybe you didn't have to buy Journey to Un'Goro, but they're going back to the $20 for a adventure. $20 for an adventure, which is what they did in the past, which, you know, really sucks because it's supposed to be a free-to-play game, but I guess I've been spoiled with the free solo content in the past. But that solo content was kind of garbage besides Dungeon Run. And now this is supposed to be a lot more in depth, really good. They have to pay the people, you know. They got to pay the people who make this stuff because a couple hundred employees from Blizzard got fired anyway. So that works. You should hire those people again and take my $20 for that, even though it won't help. This didn't come across very well, but this was just a joke. It really sucks that everyone there got fired and that whole situation had to happen. And I do realize that people need to be paid, and my $20 will not actually rehire anybody. I was just poking fun at the recent events with Blizzard's whole situation. So $20, if you have $20 to shell out, you can play all 5 chapters and get some card backs and some more packs. So also, though, one thing that's worth mentioning, $20 will get you 15 packs anyway, so you're getting $20 worth of packs, plus you're also getting all of these other perks, so you can buy $15 worth of packs. Also, you have to buy 4 of the chapters for $700. 700 gold, my bad. Where is it? Yeah, 700 gold each right here. 700 gold each, which means that you will have to pay 7 times 4, which is 2,800 gold. So it would behoove you to just pay $20 for 15, because you can get 28 packs instead of 15 packs from that gold. But if you're spending 700 gold on each chapter, then you obviously want to play the solo mode anyway. There's a whole bunch of stuff there. So just, if you have $20, go order it and have fun with it and buy it and enjoy it. If you don't have $20 like me because you're a broke college student, or you just don't want to shell out any more money to Blizzard after pre-ordering the new expansion, then go ahead and do that as well. But they got to make money somehow. So they're charging you $20 for the new, more in-depth solo content. So that's kind of the only issue that I really have with this whole situation, was the $20 for that, which is not a lot of money, but for me it is a lot of money because I'm a broke-ass college student. The new arena experience, I do not care. If you care, go check it out. Go to Hearthstone's website and read about the new arena. Basically, they're going to be randomly rotating a bunch of sets throughout the months, and I don't really care. Fireside Gatherings, I also don't care, but you can read about this as well. Fireside Gatherings basically is like a pre-release, but you actually have to go outside and make friends, and I don't have friends, so there's that. But Fireside Gatherings, I may do one in the future if I become more of a Hearthstone streamer, Hearthstone YouTuber situation. But for now, Fireside Gatherings sound cool, but I will not be participating. So yeah, there's some interesting stuff about Fireside Gatherings. If you would like to go ahead and go read that, go ahead and do that. Also, one of the things we've always tried to do in Hearthstone was listen to the player feedback, which they obviously did finally and got rid of the shitty meta with Baku and Gen. And we're committing to keep improving the experience for all Hearthstone players. Here is some more new changes coming to the Hearthstone base based on your feedback that we hope you'll enjoy. So there will be re-rolling quests, legendary quests, which is pretty cool. You'll be able to re-rolling basically all of your quests if you don't want that kind of stuff. So that's very awesome and cool. Random card back option is also really cool. If you're like people who've been playing for a really long time and have a bunch of card backs. I have a card back from all the way back from like 2016 maybe. So like 3 years ago now, and I don't really use it a lot. You can do the random card backs thing, and you can now basically choose whatever, every game you'll have a new card back, which is pretty cool. that's something that, they didn't have to do, but they did do, and it's cool. And thanks, Blizzard. I'll be using the random card back generator so I can be getting a bunch of cycling through all of my card backs, because I have a lot of card backs. Like, I have quite a few card backs, so that will be fun. And so, yeah. Smarter deck builder is also very interesting, helping with the new player experience, basically. You already have all of these websites that have all of these deck lists, like Hearthstone, and I use Disguised Toast's website. There's just all of these websites that already basically build your deck for you if you don't want to build it. So they're bringing that and putting it into the client and taking out the middleman, it seems, using basically it'll build you the highest win rate deck possible from the cards that you have based on statistics of win rates and cards that are used in really good decks. So it'll basically optimize the deck based on the cards that you have based upon the statistics, the ladder play. That's pretty cool. I won't use it, but I'm sure new players will feel very helped with this as well. So that's fantastic and good for them. That's pretty, I don't know, that seems like all of it. I'll have to see, I'll test it out and see if it's not garbage, because right now it's absolutely awful to try to do the autofill or deck helper and all of that. Yeah, we'll have to see how good it is, but using statistics seems like a good thing to use. More ways towards your golden hero. Winning a game in the arena will now count towards your hero. If you want to grind out a portrait, you can now grind out a golden portrait with arena and not just ladder. So there you go. That's that as well. I believe also you can grind it out in the solo mode, because I think you get levels from that, but don't quote me. But most people just grind the ladder to try to grind out a portrait. But now you can do it through the arena as well, which is pretty cool, and I don't know why they haven't done that before, but it's cool that they're doing it now. So the Mammoth Sunset, finally, as we bid farewell to those sets rotating out of Standard, we thought it would be fitting to give them a truly Mammoth Sunset, logging into the game between midnight on March 25th and April 2nd of 2019. You will get a 1-pack from each Journey to Ungoro, Frozen Thrones, and Kobolds and Catacombs. Log in between March 25th and April 2nd to get 3 free packs. Do it. Pretty cool. Probably just get yourself more dust. If you don't play Wild like myself, it gives you more dust for when those rotate. Just go get yourself 3 packs by logging in during those times. During this time, you will also be able to bid goodbye to the new Tavern Brawl. The Brawl block, the year the Mammoth is constructed. Brawl will allow you to journey to Ungoro. Yeah, cool, whatever. We get a new Tavern Brawl, and that's it. So that's basically it. Please tell me what you guys think down in the comments down below. I want to know, are you guys excited for the new Hearthstone updates? I'm very excited for the new Hearthstone updates. I will actually play Hearthstone again when this stuff happens. I may or may not pre-order the next expansion. I don't know. I would hope to. I would like to, but I do not know if I will have the money to do that, to be totally honest. So yeah, I would like to, but I don't know. But I definitely will actually start playing Hearthstone again on a regular basis once these new improvements come in. And I'm really happy to see that they are actually caring a little bit about the Hearthstone experience. Maybe it seems like it. They're fixing a bunch of stuff. They realize that their game is absolute garbage right now because the meta sucks, and part of that is because Baku and Gen, and they're getting rid of that. But in the process, they're also purging out all of the charge cards and getting rid of aggro decks. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they do some good stuff in the next set. All of these updates seem really good for the game, and I'm really happy to see them do all of these kind of stuff. But I would like to know what you guys think. So put your opinions down in the comments down below, and while you're there, please do leave a like on this video and subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Hit that notification bell because it will notify you when I start streaming. I stream games like Pokemon and Hearthstone and Balloons Tower Defense and Five Nights at Freddy's and all of this kind of crazy stuff. Check that out. If you want to support me, check out the links in the description. I have merch and a Patreon. I would really appreciate it if you check those out. And follow all of the social media stuff. All of that is also down in the description down below. I would really appreciate it if you checked out all of those things that are in the description. But other than that, make sure you guys keep the all your spirit with you, because Michael from StevensvilleGamers is going to be signing off now. So 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah.